Welcome to this broadcast brought to you by WHOU and with WFKT in Fort Kent by Bowers Funeral Home, County Federal Credit Union, North Country Auto, Northern Maine Community College, Brown Construction, F.A. Peabody, United Insurance, J. McLaughlin Construction, Daigle Oil Company, Priority Auto Sales, Pelletier Motors, Cushman & Sons, Trident Armory, County Ag and Turf Supply, Holton Tire Steelstone, Maine Equipment, Griffith Ford, Napa, Pat's Pizza, Madigan Home Healthcare, Maine Veterans Home, Percy's Auto, Thompson Hamill, Aroostook Limousines, Huber Engineered Woods, Jeans Electronics, Irish Setter Pub, Katahdin Trust Company, White Smiles, Hartley's, S.W. Collins, Holton Fair, KVCC, Herring Brothers, Rowell's Garage, Stonington Fabulous Furniture, First Choice Realty, Huff Power Sports. Now let's go courtside.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Presque High School as we get set for this Class B Boys North preliminary matchup with the number 8 seed, the Presque Wildcats, hosting the number 9 seed, Foxcroft Academy Ponies. Steve Carmichael, joined by Bobby Russell on the broadcast, John Humphrey, our camera operator, Robert Gilmore, our producer, back at the station. Getting set for the J. McLaughlin Construction pregame show. We'll talk about these two teams, Bobby. We'll start with the home team, the Presque Wildcats, number 8 in Class B, finishing off their regular season with a record of 8-10. These two teams met up early in January, about the middle of January. It was a 66-44 victory for the Wildcats down at Dover. Foxcroft, Trey Sear, and Jonah Hudson. Trey Sear had 17 points, Jonah Hudson with 14, and really that's kind of the duo that the Wildcats are going to look at now, with Jason Dumas sidelined for the rest of the year with a knee injury. Throw in Caleb Wheaton in there as well, but Trey Sear in the interior, Jonah Hudson on the perimeter. That's the dynamic duo for the Wildcats.
Well, it is certainly now, with Dumas being sidelined with the ACL injury, and he had 13 points down there along with quite a few rebounds, so his absence will certainly be noticed out there tonight, but you're going to have to step up and do it by committee, and Jacob Schoberg will step into the starting lineup and fill those shoes, and he's done a nice job doing that. But you're right, Jonah Hudson, so go the Wildcats, so goes Jonah Hudson, and it doesn't necessarily have to be points. Certainly he's got to get 15 to 20, but he can also create a lot of things and dish it out to Caleb Wheaton on the outside, or drop it off to Trey Sear on the inside on some dribble drive penetration. So it certainly rides on his shoulders, but Trey Sear, I call him the Windex man. He really cleans up the glass for the Wildcats inside. A lot of rebounds, whether it be offensive or defensive rebounds. The Foxcroft Academy Ponies are going to have to certainly beware of that, as he also had 17 big points down there. And
we don't want to forget about Caleb Wheaton. He's got the ability to stretch that defense with his perimeter shooting, but he's developed the ability to attack the rim this year, as well as 9th in the Big East in scoring. Jonah Hudson was 3rd, but Caleb Wheaton, that secondary scoring punch.
Well, he is, and like I say, if you put too much concentration on Hudson, he'll find Wheaton, and he can certainly knock him down. He's a standstill shooter, or you mentioned he's added the dimension of driving to the basket. A lot of times it's on the left side of the floor. We'll have to watch and see if maybe he attacks more from the right side, but a lot of the times it happens from the left side of the floor, but he can get to the basket, and he's shown that throughout the course of the season.
On the other side for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies, number 9 in Class B, finishing off their regular season with a record of 7-11. Well, they got two guys in the top 5 and scoring in the Big East. You got Jeremy Richard and Hyatt Smith, both about 15.5 points per game. You also got Lucas Ames, who was the leading scorer when they met up with Presque at 16 points. So there's 3 guys that can really score. Head coach Tyler Erickson looking to get the Ponies back to Bangor.
Yeah, and certainly Richard and Smith have been there before. They've been in the trenches with the Ponies. And Ames, from what I read in the Bangor Daily, coming back after not playing a year, but just recently crowned the wrestling champ. I don't want to mess with him.
Yeah,
it's all good. So, no, yeah, they got the sort of, you could call it a 3-headed monster, where multiple kids can put the ball in the hoop. What I look down here, I look at the physical size. Now, they might not be tall, but they're all rugged kids, whether it comes from being wrestlers or football players or just being in the weight room. The Ponies have some rugged kids, and that's going to be something the Wildcats are going to have to contend with.
With all the athletic ability on the side for Foxcroft, one aspect of the game Presque may struggle with is defensive rebounding. Trey Sear, if he gets in foul trouble, that could be an opportunity for Foxcroft to take advantage with that athleticism.
That's a great point, because in the last couple games we've seen Trey Sear has gotten himself into foul trouble, picking up some cheap ones in the early going and having to come to the bench in the first half. Then he picks up a couple more in the second half, gets saddled with those 4 quick fouls, and he spent some time on the bench when the Wildcats really need him on the floor tonight. So we'll see if maybe he starts out a little more tentative as opposed to trying to contest in some of those rebounds and picking up the cheap fouls.
Now the winner will move on to the quarterfinal round. They will have the tough task of taking down the number 1 team in Class B, undefeated defending state champion, the Herman Hawks, who have won 40 games in a row. So no easy test, but
does not matter.
Just get there.
They want to be there. That's exactly right. This is the game tonight, the game in front of them. We talked the other night about there is no tomorrow.
That's
right. You got to lay it all on the line here tonight, because when the final horn goes, there's only one team going to make the trip to the Cross Insurance Center Saturday afternoon.
Looking forward to a good game here tonight. And it's the season finale for us here on WHOU. We will take a 2-minute break. We'll come back. We'll get the starting lineup and tip-off between Foxcroft Academy and Presque on WHOU.
Hi, I'm Gene. The best view is at the top with Dish from Gene's. Dish truly is the best value because it's tuned in to customers' needs. For local service that makes you smile, call Gene's today. We are your Dish premier local retailer.
When it's time to enjoy all that vacation land has to offer, Hayden Perry Agency is your source for affordable motorcycle, ATV, motorhome, RV, boat, watercraft insurance. Hayden Perry Agency offers a comprehensive selection of homeowners, auto renters, and condominium insurance coverage for any size budget. 40 North Street, Presque Isle.
Hey, Sean, who's the new guy?
That's T-Bone.
I'm Tyler. Everyone's calling me T-Bone for some reason. I'm excited to be here, and I like selling cars.
Of course he's selling cars. We just marked everything down. He sold 3, whoop-dee-doo. I sold 4, and I didn't get no pat on the back.
You're crushing it, T-Bone. T-Bone's gonna do fine. I made it easy. Marked everything way down.
Let me just grab a pen real quick.
TheCounty.me, your source for countywide sports, including scores and highlights from the greater Holton, Presque Isle, and Caribou regions. We also are the source for all the latest daily news and community happenings for readers of the Holton Pioneer Times, the Star Herald, and the Aroostook Republican and News coverage area. Visit us now on the web at thecounty.me.
Hi, I'm Gene. The view from the top is the best. Dish not only is the best value, but it's also so simple to use. With the Dish voice remote, it's as easy as saying, The Andy Griffith Show. Experience only the best with Dish from Gene's.
Aroostook Limousines and Ace Rent-A-Car get you there in style. Aroostook Limousines has 8 and 12 passenger limousines and a 20 passenger party bus for evenings out, proms, weddings, birthdays, concerts, whatever the celebration. Travel anywhere in-state. And Ace Rent-A-Car specializes in insurance rentals and has locations in Presque Isle, Holton, and Patton at Savage Paint and Body. Ace offers everything from compact cars to vans. Ace Rent-A-Car. We do it right and we make it easy. Reach both businesses at 768-7368.
Back at Presque Isle High School on WHOU, Steve Carmichael with Bobby Russell getting set for this Class B boys preliminary matchup with Presque Isle and Foxcroft. Winner goes on to play the number 1 seed, the Herman Hawks, at 3:05 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. And, well, if you're been pretty crazy, Bobby, that tournament starts less than 24 hours.
You're right.
Because at 5 o'clock, tournament will begin, Tourney 2019, with great matchup. Number 3, MDI, will take on number 6, Ellsworth. Following that, you'll have number 2, Caribou, and the number 10 in Class B. They beat the number 17, Washington Academy, the Raiders, and then an upset, John Babs girls beating Ellsworth. The 11 seed goes to the tournament. They'll take on number 3, Waterville. So it should be a great 3-game slate tomorrow night, Bobby, at the Cross Insurance Center.
Well, it is. What a game to open up. Rivalry.
Yes.
Down Hancock County, and they just played, a week ago? Well, a little more than a week ago today. And again, they'll match up tomorrow. And, both teams know each other very well.
Mr. Foxcroft, Toby Nelson himself, will be on the call for the first game.
Yes. I'm sure he's maybe got a watchful eye here tonight.
Yeah. We had to give Toby the first game. You want to start out with your best you want to put your best foot forward.
Yeah. Make a good impression.
So we got to put Toby Nelson on the broadcast. That's what everybody says to me. So
well, you're the man in charge. So I give all the credit to you for recognizing that and knowing. And before we get started, I just want to thank you for joining me here on Valentine's Day and not deserting your nation. You being the president and all. I know it was probably a tough decision, but I'm glad you're here with me.
I'm happy to be here, Bobby. I would not want to spend my Valentine's Day, other than my wife, with anybody else but you, Bobby. So if I had a second choice, it would absolutely be you. As the Presque Wildcat band to our right, one of the best bands you're going to see down at tournament, along with Holton and George Stevens Academy, MDI. What a great way to start out tournament with Jesus Christ Superstar is the first song you hear from the band. So I can't wait for tournaments. Best week of the year, Bobby.
It certainly is. There's no question about it. Can't wait to get there, Stevie.
That's right. I leave tomorrow morning about 10 o'clock. I'm ready to go. Foxcroft will be in the visiting maroon uniforms. Presque will be in the home white uniforms. The quarterfinals will be streamed on the NFHS network. That is a subscriber-based outlet, so you'll have to pay the $9.95 fee to watch all the quarterfinals, but you can watch them from Bangor, Augusta, Portland. But the first game tomorrow night from Bangor at 5 o'clock. The winner of this game will move on to the quarters to play Saturday afternoon against the Herman Hawks. Right now we'll send it over to the voice of the Wildcats, the public address announcer Richard Ezzy. We'll get the starting lineups brought to you by the County Federal Credit Union.
Let's meet the teams. First, the number 9 seed, Foxcroft Academy Ponies. The reserves, number 11, Jen Dean. Number 12, Sam Harmon Weeks. Number 15, Jacob Raines. Number 33, Brad Whitten. Number 44, Jair Garcia. Head coach of Foxcroft Academies, Mr. Tyler Erickson. Assistant coaches Jay Nutter and Dean Smith. Managers Austin Seavey and Anthony Smith. And now let's meet the number 8 seed, Presque Wildcats. The reserves, number 10, Will Bridges. Number 12, Sam Boyer. Number 20, Xavier McAtee. Number 32, Noah Flynn. Number 40, Ty Schneider. Number 44, Nathan Willett. Number 50, Connor Rideout. Number 52, Nagu Rory. Injured player number 42, Jason Lewis. The head coach of Presque, Mr. Terry Cummings. Assistant coaches Greg Whitaker, Bill Jarrett, and Dave Whitaker. Managers Libby Boone, Megan Collins, and Megan Grant. And now let's meet the starting lineups. For Foxcroft Academy, a senior, number 3, Jeremy Richard. And for Presque, senior, number 22, Jacob Stolberg. The Foxcroft Academy, a sophomore, number 10, Logan Martin. And for Presque, junior, number 24, Caleb Wheaton. For Foxcroft Academy, a senior, number 14, Matthew Spooner. And for Presque, senior, number 30, Cole Patterson. For Foxcroft Academy, a senior, number 23, Hyatt Smith. And for Presque, senior, number 34, Jonah Hudson. For Foxcroft Academy, junior, number 24, Lucas Ames. And for Presque, senior, number 54, Trace Sear. The officials in this game are Mr. Wayne Prescott, Mr. Jeremy Weatherby, and Mr. Mark Turner. The certified athletic trainers, Mr. Andy Hellstrom of County Physical Therapy. Finally, the Wildcats and Ponies respectfully request that all spectators display proper sportsmanship at all times. Please do not boo, taunt, or degrade coaches, players, or officials. Let's make good citizenship our number 1 priority. And now we ask everyone to please stand and respectfully remove your hats as the Presque High School Band, under the direction of Mr. Jason Priest, plays our national anthem.
Just about set for tip-off. Foxcroft Academy will start Jeremy Richard, Logan Martin, Matthew Spooner, Hyatt Smith, and Lucas Ames. Presque with Jake Schoberg, Caleb Wheaton, Cole Patterson, Jonah Hudson, and Trey Sear. Officials Mr. Weatherby, Mr. Turner, and Mr. Prescott. A couple keys early on, Prescott, or Bobby, you may be looking for both Presque and Foxcroft.
Well, the first key is going to be able to get the possession arrow to work. The officials down here are talking to the table. They're bringing over Mr. White.
Bringing over the big guns.
Well, I think, talking about the game, we talked about Trey Sear staying out of foul trouble. And I think whether it be Cole Patterson or Caleb Wheaton,
they're going to send, it looks like they're going to send both teams back to their benches as they try to figure out the possession arrow issue. As
I don't know if it's electrical or there's a bulb out or if they've got a backup machine they can go to here, but we'll get it underway here in a minute. But Caleb Wheaton or Cole Patterson, we saw them over in Caribou, hit some big threes to keep them close. They didn't or could not ever gain the lead. They got down to as close as 5 late in the fourth quarter. We'll see if maybe they can get going early, relieve a little of the offensive pressure off of Jonah Hudson.
So the possession arrow is still not working as Presque and their huddle getting some final instruction from Terry Cummings, Tyler Erickson on this side. As I'm not sure if there's a checklist that people go through before anything. Is that what the referee, is that how, because I would never have noticed that, Bobby. Is that something an official only notices? Or is that something the scores table is kind of going, hey?
I think the score table
guys,
might have notified them because during the introductions they were talking to one of the officials, and he must have notified the other one. Personally, oftentimes when you come over, they'll have it pointing one direction or the other before the game starts, and then they'll shut it off as the tip goes up. But no, not something generally that I check. So we'd had the game going, and well, you know. Now, what there, but it is on the scoreboard as well. You can keep it on the scoreboard, so it's not.
So the half-court shot, if you didn't hear that, as they were talking about as they wait for the possession arrow, the half-court shot is worth $600, which will be taken at halftime. I see a giant stack of tickets, Bobby, sitting in front of you. Because you feeling lucky tonight.
I wandered up to the upper gym here before we started and happened to take a couple shots. I feel pretty good if my name gets drawn, but we'll see.
We're not even in Bangor yet, and you're already feeling lucky.
Well, luck be a lady tonight.
Possession arrow is still not working, so this, I am.
Well, they got a new one coming in here. They got a backup machine coming. They're going to get it wired in, and away we go. So they'll have to find a way to get it.
I don't think I've ever seen a game held up for a faulty possession arrow machine.
Well, you can't say that anymore. Sort of like when, I don't know if you remember this, but when I first called you Stevie, you said, nobody calls me that but my mother. And I said, well, you can't say that anymore.
Now everybody calls me Stevie. I actually went down to the concession stand, the person behind the booth said, how you doing, Stevie? I said, well, just give me my cookie and water and I'll get out of here. So the possession arrow, they're still trying to sort everything out here.
But like I say, you take a look on the score clock, they will have an arrow underneath either the PI side or the guest side that indicates the possession arrow as well. So it's not a huge thing, but certainly would like to have it working or have some sort of.
So again, the winner of this game will move on to the quarterfinal round to take on the Herman Hawks, as it looks like we are just about ready for some basketball now, as Foxcroft will break the huddle. It'll be Hyatt Smith.
Tell you what, that's why AD Mark White, that's why he gets paid the big bucks. He solves problems.
Hyatt Smith and Trey Sear will tip it off at center. Tip is going to be controlled by Jacob Schoberg of the Presque Wildcats. Second meeting of the year for these two teams. Presque won the first one 64-44 down in Dover Foxcroft. Patterson starts the game off with a 3-ball off the heel, no good. And we get a first foul of the game. It's going to go on, I believe, Jeremy Richard.
They get tangled up with Wheaton on the weak side. And certainly we talked about Trey Sear staying out of foul trouble. For the Pony side of things, Smith, Richard, Ames, they got to stay out of foul trouble as well. Doesn't want to pick it up another quick one.
They leave Wheaton open for three. It was too strong. On the weak side, Ames the board. In transition, Logan Martin to the basket, stops and scores.
He got out way out ahead of the pack, and Logan Martin did not play down in Foxcroft. So talking to some of the Presque people, they're down a player, Foxcroft up a player.
Patterson from downtown gives the Wildcats the lead.
And that's big right there, Stevie. Patterson, he can really get streaky, knock down 2 or 3 here, and get the offense going for the Wildcats. Starting in a 1-3-1 zone.
Richard from the left wing. That one sputtered out. And down to Cole Patterson with a rebound.
Yeah, that was halfway down and came out. Unlucky there for the young fella.
Hudson swings it to Patterson. Richard on him.
Well, don't leave him.
They leave him. Patterson can't connect there. Wheaton on the weak side, the offensive rebound. Gets it poked away by Spooner. It'll stay with the Wildcats.
Well, the Ponies dodged a bullet there as Patterson just knocked down on the last possession, and defender was there but goes away, lets him take the open shot. And again, Wheaton on that weak side, keeping the possession alive for the Wildcats. That's the second time.
Sear trying to post up on Spooner underneath. Smith providing the help defense. There's no lob free. Now up top to Jake Schoberg. He finds a gap. The runner. Rebound fought for. Sear saves it, but right to Richard. And he's headed the other way. Richard trots his way on the right side. Catches, fires as Lucas Ames. In and out. And then it looks like Trey Sear's going to pick up the foul on a push with Hyatt Smith. Got tangled up.
And that's those cheap fouls that Sears got to stay away from. Long rebound over both players' heads. Didn't really need to push. A small change one.
It's Spooner for three, connects.
Just a simple rotation of the basketball.
The Ponies take the 5-3 lead. Wheaton hesitates. Now it's Sear underneath. Triple team. Smith pokes it free. And down to Spooner now with the steal. Now Smith in the front court. Patterson saves it. Hudson the first to touch it. Into the paint. Hudson leans in. Doesn't go. Smith fights for it. And it looks like
they're going to call him out of bounds. As he reached in to grab the ball and touch it, he was out of bounds. Good call there by Mr. Presque.
Thought they were going to get Patterson on a reach-in. 5:40 to go in this first quarter. Ponies holding on to a 2-point lead. Ames with Richard. Zips a pass to Martin. Ames, they work it around Richard. Top of the key. Bullseye.
That's good ball movement. Use the diagonal cross court to get in the short corner and bring it back out around. Defense couldn't react in time.
Foxcroft off to a good start. 8-3. Now Wheaton looking for the answer. Can't get it to go. Ames with a board.
Well, the box and one is really bottled up the Wildcats.
Martin crossing over. Guarded by Trey Sear. Quickness advantage for Martin. Richard puts his head down to the basket. Couldn't finish. And a foul as Wheaton looked to get out in the open floor.
The foul's going to go on Spooner. It'll just be his first. The Wildcats changed up defenses that time, and it didn't take Richard long to realize that the lane was open.
Schoberg to his right, steps through. Someone got him on the arm as Jake Schoberg appears to have earned himself 2 free throws. Going to call it a number 23, Hyatt Smith. So Jake Schoberg, the senior at the charity stripe, connects on the first.
I'll tell you, Jake Schoberg, he's giving him some nice minutes coming down the stretch. He got inserted in the starting lineup when Jason Dumas went out. Started earlier in the season, then became like the 6th, 7th man. Gets the second one to go. Those were pure. The Wildcats had some trouble in the half court getting the ball to go, but get a couple from the free throw line, get things going for them.
Trims the Foxcroft lead to 3, 8-5. Ames at the elbow. Richard Guarded by Schoberg.
And out of that 1-3-1, right into a man-to-man after the Ponies knocked down a couple threes.
Underneath,
position.
Smith with the easy finish.
They got it down in the corner, created a nice angle as he got some separation from Hudson. Beautiful pass, right on the money.
Schoberg swings it to Patterson. Misses the three.
That's a shot with Schoberg right from that mid-range. He just made 2 free throws. Maybe try to take a look at that.
Over halfway gone in this first quarter. Class B boys preliminary matchup. Smith to the rim with contact. He'll get one more at the line.
This one here is going to go on Jonah Hudson. A quick first step of Smith down the right side. And that's the physicality, the strength of Smith, able to finish with the contact.
30-second timeout taken by Presque. We'll take it with him. 12-5 lead for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. We're back in 30 seconds on WHOU.
Call Brown Development for all your construction needs. You'll find a professional and dedicated crew that can assist you with your project. They will work hard to make sure that your project is completed on time, within budget, and with quality results they will stand behind. Brown Development provides carpentry, concrete, and excavation services. Call their offices at 532-0910 for competitive quotes and professional results. Brown Development, located at 68 Bangor Street in Holton. Click here to visit their Facebook page.
Hyatt Smith at the free throw line as we resume play here in the first quarter. Smith misses the free throw, Sear the board. They lead 12-5.
And I said the foul was going to be on Jonah Hudson, but they put it on Caleb Wheatner. It's 24 on the board.
Wheaton for three there, left it short. Smith tracks down the long rebound. They got numbers. Smith tried to bounce it underneath to Martin, couldn't handle it. Still was able to save it to Spooner. Now Spooner goes up top to Richard, thought about it. Trying to isolate on Patterson, gets to the basket, couldn't spin it home.
Well, right now the Ponies just kind of spreading the floor, letting the guards go to work. Last time it was Smith, this time Richard. Trying to get to the rim. They're doing it, just didn't finish that time.
Wheaton's going to be called for the offensive foul as Richard stepped in to take the charge.
That'll be Wheaton's second foul as he picked the one up down here on the defensive side of things. He's going to have to come to the bench.
Going to be Will Bridges to check in.
Unlucky there on the strong take to the basket.
So 12-5 lead for Foxcroft Academy. Ames with Smith, Martin, Spooner, and Richard out there. They kick out to Ames. Now Spooner tried to fire it down low to Smith. It wasn't an angle. Stolen away by Jonah Hudson.
Well, they got it into him earlier in the game, but this time here, Hudson moved his feet.
Still no shot attempt for Jonah Hudson, I believe, as Bridges for three. That's no good. Hudson, the offensive rebound. Put back was blocked by Smith. Another opportunity for Hudson. He's able to get that one to go.
Well, the box and one is really not affecting, but they're really concentrating on Hudson. And the one player, which has been Martin on him, but the other two at the top really converge on him when he catches the ball, not really allowing much dribble penetration. Earned it that time, the 2 points.
Smith double-teamed underneath, tries to force it, came up short and down to Sear.
Well, that was a good job by Hudson and Sear, both going straight up, not reaching in.
Martin picks up Hudson, tries to get to the rim with some English. Jonah Hudson, the senior, 2 straight buckets, and the Wildcats back within 3.
Well, those long strides got him by the initial defender, and secondary one didn't want to step over and risk picking up the blocking foul. He's able to slither by. Both teams really taking it to the hoop strong here, Stevie.
90 seconds to play first quarter. Smith steps out beyond the arc. That one doesn't go. Board down to Schoberg. Patterson catches, fires, ties it at 12.
Well, that's just it. The box and one. Nobody really is going to pick up Patterson, but you got to know where he is. Good find by Schoberg.
7-0 run for the Wildcats. Ties it up at 12. And Foxcroft Academy takes a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here, though. I'd like to thank Coastal Auto Parts, our scoreboard sponsor this year. They're your local Napa Auto Parts dealer, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares, with stores in Caribou, Presque, Holton, East Millinocket, Bangor, Hamden, Ellsworth, and Southwest Harbor. Minute and 11 to go here in the first quarter. Steve Carmichael with Bobby Russell.
And that's the trouble, Stevie. I shouldn't say trouble, but that's one of the flaws maybe of those zone defenses. You're not actually looking for a guy, I'm guarding this guy, I got to get out in his shorts. So Patterson just kind of trotted down the right wing here, and Schoberg found him. He stepped into his shot in rhythm. The top guy on that box on that side has got to recognize where Patterson is. When Wheaton's in the game, they got to recognize where he is as well.
Ames hands off to Richard. That's Logan Martin trying to get around Sear. Shut off. Kicks it back out to Richard. Spooner trying to find Richard flashing across the lane. Threw it over his head, and it'll be a turnover to Presque.
50 seconds to go. I don't know if the Wildcats will hold for one. They take the first good look. Patterson feeling it.
Misses that one. Schoberg climbing the ladder for the board.
That's one of those you'd hear a lot of people hollering for over the back. Well, he went straight up and was able to grab it.
Hudson misses the runner. Martin gets a step and finishes. Strong take of the basket by Logan Martin.
Oh, it sure was. Brings the big fella Sear out away from the basket, out of his comfort zone, able to get that first step by him.
Patterson to Hudson. 5 seconds. They got to go quick here. Hudson has it, pulls up for three. Left it short, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. Foxcroft with a 14-12 lead. We'll take 60 seconds. Come back for the second quarter after this on WHOU.
Hey, if you're like me, you're on the move and have something going on all the time with no time to take care of your finances. I want information on my phone. I want to make deposits on my phone. I want to transfer money and check my balances on my phone. I want to pay bills on my phone. Simple, easy, but most important, secure. That's what I want.
Hey, you ready?
The County Federal Credit Union has what I want.
This is you. Snapchatting, selfie snapping, Instagramming, music jamming, no wires on, you. And your account is the Yes account from the County Federal Credit Union. Most every benefit you want. Free mobile check deposit, free mobile banking, free online banking. Most every feature you need. Free direct deposit, free bill pay, free debit card, and more. So, is the Yes account for you? Yes. Yes, it is. From the County Federal Credit Union, we have what you want.
Steve Carmichael, Bobby Russell at Presque High School getting set to begin the second quarter of play. Foxcroft leading the Wildcats 14-12. It'll be Pony basketball to commence the second. Richard, Smith, Martin, Ames, and Spooner. Still the five starters out there for head coach Erickson. Richard. Now Martin trying to find a gap. Kicks it out. Ames in the corner for three. He buries it.
They caught Bridges sneaking in, trying to help out. Kick it to Ames, and he drills it.
17-12. So it's a 7-0 run for Presque Isle after the timeout. A 5-0 run for Foxcroft. Now Bridges is going to be called for the travels. That little hop step before he released the three.
No doubt about it. He got the ball to fall for him, but wave it off.
Wheaton's back in there with the two fouls. Schoberg, Hudson, Patterson, and Sear for head coach Terry Cummings. As a substitution, Jair Garcia in for Foxcroft. Looks like we're going to get a foul on Hudson, I believe.
No, my friend.
They're 2-4.
Yes, Caleb Wheaton picks up, just put him back in the game, he picks up a third foul. Tough break there. Basically, it was just Richards trying to fight through. He and I believe it was Schoberg double-teaming him. They calling for a hold.
So Caleb Wheaton will likely not play for the rest of the first half as the ball thrown away there. Nobody touched it, so it'll come all the way back in front of Foxcroft's bench, but it'll be Presque ball.
Right again, Stevie. You got the hop, step, travel, and you know it's coming back here because it was untouched. I'm telling you. IABO 150's missing out on not having you in stripes.
They got you. That's all they need. Sear double teamed underneath. And we're going to get a foul call on a hold.
Well, they had him bottled up. They got caught for the reach-in, was 44.
Going to go on Garcia as Xavier McAtee checking in for Presque. Played junior varsity all year. Was just pulled up to the varsity level.
I'll tell you what, that's a message for all the kids out there. You work hard from the start of the season to the end of the season. The coach will recognize it. Young fella's getting minutes in a playoff prelim game and hasn't been on the team except for this game.
Here he is for three. Left it short. Schoberg can't out-jump Hyatt Smith there as he's got some bounce. Kick it out to Garcia. He's going to be called for the travel.
That's the same little hop that we just saw down here in front of us.
But McAtee, just a freshman, very athletic player.
Similar, I won't say completely like Jason Dumas, as Patterson knocks down another three, but very similar. Got that motor that never stops to get in there and mix it up a little. Can handle the basketball, play some defense.
17-15. Just over 6 minutes to play in this first half. Class B Boys North preliminary matchup, the 8-9. Richard gets Schoberg in the air. McAtee with the help on defense. The three-pointer there from Jed Dean connects.
Off the bench, Dean drains his first one.
Hudson trying to force it. Triple teamed. Going to get a foul on the shot attempt. I almost called Dean Richard as they had similar hairstyle out there.
They do, very much so.
It'll be Hudson at the line. But the foul's going to go on Dean.
But knowing you, I would assume you recognize the difference in their shoe colors.
Yes, you have the white on Dean and the bright blue on Richard as Hudson makes the first. Hudson makes them both. He's got 6 points on the night, 20-17. Lead for Foxcroft and close throughout. Foxcroft, it was 3-2 from Presque. Foxcroft took the lead back. They've held it pretty much ever since. Richard steps back from 16 off the mark. Bullier bounces it to Schoberg. Bullier trying to find Hudson, able to get it to him.
I'll tell you, Logan Martin, he's drawn the assignment of sticking with Hudson. He has done a fabulous job. Hasn't had one break.
Get it to Hudson here. Martin, now Dean. Patterson in the corner. Misses there. Schoberg, mid-range J. Misses. Sear, the offensive board. And the lay-in. It looked like he might have just stepped on Garcia's face after the play.
He did.
Unintentional.
Exactly. There's some body contact there. I think the official lost the whistle out of his mouth, and he was going to make a call, but by the time it all unfolded, the ball had gone in, and this had happened.
Yeah, look at the official. I was looking right at him. Look, he was trying to make a call, but the whistle fell out of his mouth. So at the end of that, ends up as 2 points for Presque, as Garcia is down to our right. Still down. We're going to take a 30-second timeout, give Garcia a moment to be tended to by the athletic trainers. We're back in 30 seconds on WHOU.
Want that special item for this year's high school basketball season to show your team support? Cushman's & Sons, locally owned and operated in Presque Isle, has team sportswear and will do custom embroidery, screen printing, logo design, digital and printing, as well as banners, decals, and other vinyl works. Cushman's & Sons also can design trophies, awards, and add specialty items. Cushman's & Sons, 764-3833, or visit us at cushmanandsoninc.com. Don't forget to visit and like their Facebook page. If you can think it, Cushman's & Sons will say, yeah, we can do that.
Back at Presque High School, Garcia able to walk off with some cotton in his nose. Got a bloody nose, but other than that, it looks like he'll be okay. It's 20-19, Foxcroft with the advantage. Ponies have the basketball. Spooner to Smith. 4:55 to go, second quarter. Smith crosses over. Runs into Bullier. Going to be called for the offensive foul.
Good job by...
That's why Bullier's in the game, for that defensive spark.
Well, we saw him, I can't remember who they were playing, but...
Belfast,
right. He came in and gave him a defensive spark, got a couple steals, and really triggered that comeback. And they were able to beat Belfast here in Wildcat Nation.
Patterson wide open. The pass is a bit off the mark. Couldn't catch it cleanly. Little give and go. Patterson off the heel, no good there. Looks like Bullier with a bit of a push in the back of Smith. It's going to be called for the foul. That'll be the 5th on Presque.
It's just one of those natural reactions. I got to get my hands up and give a little touch. You're going to get called for a foul. You certainly gain an advantage by doing that.
Ames. Now Spooner. Knocks down the triple. Spooner's taken 2 shots. He's made them both from downtown. And the Ponies go back up by 4.
The key to that was relocating. Moved over, slid, gave Richard a passing angle. He was able to connect.
Patterson pulls up from mid-range this time and rattles it home.
Big shot by Patterson. You've seen him knock down the long-range ones.
He's got 11 points in this first half of play.
He used the bounce, got to within 12 feet or so, and knocks it down.
Ames to the rim, couldn't finish. Took a bump from Bullier, they let him play. Hudson, guarded by Ames. Passes over to Patterson. They don't pick him up, they leave him free, and he knocks down the jumper. At some point, Cole Patterson, who's got 13 points, is carrying the offensive load for the Wildcats. We'll see what Foxcroft does with him defensively.
Well, the Ponies are doing a great job containing Hudson, but Patterson stepping up. We talked about Wheaton. He's on the bench with 3 fouls. Patterson, the other kid that made some big shots in Caribou, really elevating his game here this afternoon.
Spooner tries it again. Can't get that one to go. Rebound fought for. I think it's going to go on Bullier.
Yeah, he had a good piece of
Ames'
arm. Yes, he did.
So both teams now with 6 fouls as Martin in for Smith. Tied at 23. Richard will trigger it in. Throws it high for Martin. Hudson picks him up. Richard crosses over. Gets to the rim. Took a bump. And Richard has earned himself a trip to the line.
This might be. I don't know if he's in the action, but it is. It's going to be on Sam Bullier. He picks up his 3rd foul. 3 real quick ones for him. Richard, a crossover. Quick step. Strong kid. Gets his shoulders squared up to that end line, and he's taking it to the basket.
Averaging a shade under 16 points on the year. He's tied for 5th in the Big East with his teammate Hyatt Smith. Richard's 2nd one in the air, misses them both. Hudson goes over to Patterson. Fires it over to Schoberg. Now Bullier, baseline jumper, and the Wildcats have the lead. Sam Bullier knocks down a mid-range jumper.
I'll tell you, what a catch by Schoberg. Had the one hand out there, able to bat the ball down and save it from going over here into the Ponies bench, and then finds Bullier in the short corner. As important as the 2 points were, a great save by Schoberg.
Martin hands off to Spooner, steps back for 3, off target there. Hudson, a little hesitation dribble, another double team, finds Patterson. Bullier, can he do it again? Not there.
I like the extra pass, though. Wide open shot. Patterson had the three-pointer, but gave it up for an even closer one.
Schoberg stays in front of Richard there. Now Ames tries to attack. Martin looking to find Spooner underneath. Wraparound pass. No one was there, and it'll be a turnover to the Wildcats.
You know, that was caused by Trey Sear. His man was going away. He recognized the dribble penetration coming from where he was, comes back, presents himself. The wraparound pass can't find his man.
Score update from down in Holton. Shire's leading 59-36, approaching the end of the third quarter, so it looks like Holton will move on to the quarterfinals. Xavier McAtee for three, can't get the roll. Now Trey Sear, the offensive board. Put back too strong off the window. Tracks down the long board in the corner. Lobs it to McAtee, fires it to Schoberg. Now over to Patterson in the corner for the triple. Gets it to go. Cole Patterson feeling it in this first half.
Woo-hoo! Young fella stepping up big. I didn't know if they were going to get it to him. Schoberg caught it, looked at the hoop. He knew he was there. He just waited that extra second and then delivers.
28-23, Presque leads. Richard to the basket with some English.
Oh, what a tough move again. That's the strength of Richard. Got himself in the air. Schoberg on his shoulder. Still able to float it over the front of the rim. What an athletic move.
28-25. Hudson falls down at midcourt. Presque fans looking for a foul call. McAtee will hand off to Hudson. Ames right up on him. Now Richard steps up. Hudson trying to find an opening. Steps on the end line. It'll be a turnover.
Well, they're certainly letting him play. Roughing up Hudson a little bit out front was Ames. Finally got the ball, but just in a little too deep behind the basket. Stepped on that end line.
.20 seconds to go, first half. Richard fading away off the mark there.
That was good defense by Schoberg. Just held his ground.
7 seconds. Now 5. Patterson trying to get it to Hudson.
Well, they got it in the hot hand right now.
Going to throw it up from way downtown. Can't get it to go. And that'll do it for the first half of play. Presque with the 28-25 lead over Foxcroft Academy. Now, we want to hold it here, though, just in case my broadcast partner does get the half-court shot. I'll be silent for a moment so he can hear the numbers.
Well, they write them on the board down there, so we'll be
okay. But Presque leading Foxcroft 28-25 behind the hot shooting of Cole Patterson, and really that was an incredible first half of play. It was back and forth as they call up the numbers now.
8, 4, 7, 1, 5, 8.
It's not Bobby. It's not John.
My tickets start with a 5. The winning number starts with a 7. What happened, Stevie?
Looks like we have a gentleman from the student section who has the winning ticket. We'll keep it right here, though, just in case
Did
he's
they
able to
draw
get
a red ticket or a blue ticket?
I don't know. They did.
I'm protesting.
You know where they buy those tickets?
Northern Business
from
Products.
Your local office supply company, Northern Business Products. Athletic Boosters here at Presque supports us.
Well, they got to support the president of the nation.
So
it's
we'll see
only right.
See if this young lad can knock down a
Do we know him?
half-court shot. I do not know who he is. The free throw will count as $5 as far as booster bucks towards the concession stand, so you can get yourself a few slices of pizza. No money for him there.
No, he won't be able to buy a slice of pizza. But I bet he can buy quite a few slices of pizza with this $600 if he drains this one.
Remember, you got to stay behind the half-court line. If you step on it, it won't
It's legal.
Oh, off the heel, no good. A solid effort, but that pot continues to grow. Score at the half, 28-25. We'll take a 3-minute break. We'll come back with our Katahdin Trust Company halftime show with the Wildcats leading in 3 minutes on WHOU.
Live and in person, Uncle Cracker, Saturday, April 13th at the John Millar Civic Center. 2 big shows, 3 and 7:30. Get your tickets today at Aroostook Milling, the Greater Holton Chamber of Commerce, Shiretown Delivery and Packaging, or online at holtonfair.org. Brought to you in part by Katahdin Trust Company, the Lincoln Agency, Domino's, Pyro City, Berg Sportswear, Freightliner of Maine, Shiretown Inn and Suites, Wild Ones Express, and the Aroostook Milling Company. Uncle Cracker live in Holton, April 13th at the John Millar Civic Center. Get your tickets today.
Out here, builders choose Advantech products to provide a durable base that helps prevent bouncing and warping. So in here, you can enjoy the beauty of luxurious finished floors without worrying about pops, squeaks, or creaks. Because out here, and in here, there's no better sound than the peace and quiet that comes from Advantech products. The flat-out best for a quiet, stiff floor.
Excellence at ground level is what you get with J. McLaughlin Construction in Holton. Founded in 2012, the company plans the construction of streets, residential areas, and commercial buildings, and they are involved in both public and private projects. Their high-quality work and many years of experience have earned them an excellent reputation and a loyal client base. Regardless of whether you need a detailed plan for a building or would like to build a road, J. McLaughlin Construction is your reliable partner for all your engineering needs. Call J. McLaughlin Construction at 532-6335 or 694-2546.
We take a moment to give thanks to those who feed imaginations and hungry young minds, to those who work toward a cure and keep families close by, to the big hearts in a small world. We're committed to the communities we serve, to making home a little warmer, to being the spirit of change. Katahdin Trust, community banking at its best.
Family taking care of family. At Madigan Skilled Facility, we focus on rehabilitation and quality of life. Madigan Healthcare provides an outstanding team of healthcare professionals and licensed therapists. Together, they achieve success returning many residents back to their home after a brief stay in their focused rehab program. Madigan Healthcare offers private rooms and also the ability of home health care when you return home. Madigan Healthcare, focusing on getting you better.
I remember I used to think tellers, they just take cash and deposit checks, but it is such a deeper world. I love learning just the complexities of each department and what does what. Katahdin Trust is basically the perfect fit for that.
We have the car of your dreams, and it's just a click away. North Country Auto in Presque, Holton, Lincoln, and Biddeford is the pre-owned vehicle location for your next car, SUV, or truck. You can start the best car buying experience by clicking this ad and heading on over to view our inventory. From buying the best cars to protecting them with Life Pledge, we put the customer first to make sure you have a friend in the car business. Stop by one of our 4 locations today or visit us online right now. Your next car just arrived, and it's amazing. NCountryAuto.com.
It's a great time of the year to say thank you. The warmest of holiday wishes from all the staff at North Country Auto, from our family to yours. Have a great time with family gatherings and be safe. Have a very Merry Christmas from North Country Auto. At North Country Auto, we're really proud of our Aroostook County roots. Thanks for letting us be a part of your community events.
Pat's Pizza on North Street in Presque. Here's what some people have to say about Pat's Pizza. This restaurant has been our favorite pizza place since we found it a couple of years ago. Each time it's as good as the last. The service is quick and staff are amazing. Best pizza in town. We stopped there for a quick bite to eat and had great service. The pizza was excellent and our waitress was great. We'll return the next time we are in town for sure. For a unique experience and a world-class pizza, breadsticks, wings, and so much more, Pat's Pizza on North Street in Presque.
This is Ben Adams from Priority Auto Sales. Listen, I know you've been seeing a lot of these orange plates around town lately, and trust me, I'm not just paying people to drive around in our vehicles all day. Every day we're selling cars, trucks, and SUVs. Why? It's simple. Discounted prices up front, great selection, and low pressure sales. We're simply not playing the games. We really are creating a new way to shop for a used vehicle. Check us out at yourpriorityauto.com and like us on Facebook. Priority Auto Sales, Route 1 in Holton.
Hello, this is Tony Bowers at Bowers Funeral, and we want to wish good luck to all area basketball teams, boys and girls, as you strive for the gold ball at the end of the season. We are proud to be a part of your communities and our family serving your family since 1900. Good luck, play hard, and above all, be good sportsmen.
Get a jump on your future by exploring your possibilities at Northern Maine Community College. The team of faculty and staff at NMCC will position you for a lifetime of success. With over 35 degree and certificate programs, including our newest offerings in water treatment.
WHOU, Steve Carmichael with Bobby Russell. We got our technical difficulties sorted out here. It's 28-25, Presque leading Foxcroft Academy in this Class B Boys North preliminary matchup. I don't know if you heard me go over the scoring numbers before we had technical difficulty, but we'll do it again for the third time. Jeremy Richard with 5, Logan Martin with 4, Jed Dean with 3, 6 via Matt Spooner, 4 with Hyatt Smith, and Lucas Ames with a 3. On the other side for Presque, Cole Patterson with 16 big points, Jonah Hudson with 6, 2 from Trey Sear, Sam Bullier, and Jacob Schoberg. Winner moves on to the quarterfinal round to take on the number 1 seed, the Herman Hawks. I believe that's at 3:05 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon. The tournament begins tomorrow night at 5 o'clock with MDI in Ellsworth. This is the season finale for us here on WHOU. However, you will hear a lot of familiar voices down in Bangor as the NFHS network takes control of the quarterfinals. That is a subscriber-based network, as it's a $9.95 fee per month. You get to watch all the games from Bangor, Portland, and Augusta. And then for the semifinals and the regional finals, the Northeast Sports Network will take over. That is advertiser-based. That is free. There is no fee. So that'll be for the semifinals and regional finals. Bobby and I will be doing games for the NFHS Network. We'll also be doing games for NSN for the third straight year. Come on, Bobby. Our time's not done yet, buddy.
You can't get rid of me that easy, Stevie, just because the regular season's over.
Yeah, so we got plenty of voices on NFHS. We'll have Toby Nelson for the listeners out of Foxcroft. We'll have your boy there, of course. But Toby made the right decision. I said, are you coming up for the game? I'll give you my headset. You can do the game. And he said, no, it's Valentine's Day. I'm going to spend it. And I said, with your much, much better half, Miranda.
Well, I can't disagree with you there, Stevie.
So we're going to set to begin the third quarter.
Now, when you're here, so when did you celebrate? Last night, tonight later, or tomorrow? Well, you're leaving tomorrow.
Leave tomorrow. Well,
holy moly.
We'll have to celebrate tonight, I'm sure. Just underway now in the third quarter. Patterson, leading scorer for the Wildcats, with 16. A little runner. Hits the front of the rim, no good. Smith crosses over at the free throw line, hands off to Richard. Martin up top. Spooner flashes across the lane. Smith catches for 3, too strong with it. And Sear will track down the long rebound. Hudson to Wheaton. Sear gets it to go.
Well, that's a tough shot. Spooner comes over for the help side. One-handed. Baby hook from Sear. Didn't even use the window. Still gets it to go.
Wildcats go up by 5. Spooner with it on the wing. Richard, they swing it to Ames. Smith and Hudson battle down low. Richard guarded by Schoberg.
Well, it looked like he had the first step in the baseline, but Schoberg, the long legs, got over and shut it down.
Ames drives baseline, gets to the basket, and finishes.
Credit Hyatt Smith with the assist as he kept Hudson away from the baseline. I don't know whether inadvertently or intentionally set the screen to free the
Wheaton,
2 points.
Wheaton out there with 3 fouls. Schoberg, he'll lean in, can't finish. Wheaton the rebound, looking for the putback, gets fouled by Spooner. And Caleb Wheaton will head to the charity stripe.
Good job there on the weak side by Wheaton. Never take it for granted and think the ball's going to go in. Schoberg, nice look, but rolls off the weak side, and he's there to clean it up.
So Caleb Wheaton, the junior, buries the first free throw.
It gets him in the scoring column. Yeah, saddled with some foul trouble there in the first half.
And the 9th leading scorer in the Big East. Makes them both. Gets the lead back up to 5.
If he gets going and stays out of foul trouble, with Patterson as hot as he is, and you put Wheaton on the other wing, that's going to be real beneficial to the Wildcats.
And Presque without Jason Dumas, who played virtually the entire year, got hurt near the end of January with a knee injury. He'll be saddled on the bench for the rest of the year.
Well, I tell you, the ACL bug has hit the Wildcats, both boys and girls. Unbelievable.
Sydney Thompson, Savannah Rodriguez, Presque Lady Wildcat side, both out with ACL injuries. They'll also play Herman. That's 9:05 a.m. on Saturday. Presque boys looking to do the same. Ames on the up and under finishes. I'll tell you what, he uses that rim well.
Well, and the other thing is, who's he got guarding him? Wheaton. He's not going to want to pick up a 4th foul just about 3 minutes into the third quarter. He has to release him and lets him score.
Wheaton pulls up from 14. Doesn't go. Spooner boxing out on Sear. Looks like they're going to call a jump ball, as uncertain of who it went off.
And there was 2 kids, one from each team. It was Hudson and
Ames, I believe.
Yep. Trying to save it.
So the possession arrow will send it to Foxcroft Academy. Martin crosses over, kicks it out. Richard, extra pass to Spooner. Now Richard, corner pocket for 3.
Well, he gave up the first attempt, gets it back and knocks it down. Ties the score up, 32 apiece.
Wheaton. Down low to Sear. Triple teamed. Goes under and finishes.
I'll tell you, when you're triple team and you come open that freely, defense really not putting up much resistance.
Smith off his fingertips, right to Ames to the rim. Can't convert. The tip up by Smith is up and in.
A little bit of a broken play. Nobody blocks out Smith. Goes to the front of the rim and finishes.
Hudson, Euro step with a finger roll, banks it home.
Well, he's got those long strides. Covers a lot of ground and got bumped a little. Good no call. Still able to finish.
Halfway through the third quarter. 2-point advantage for Presque, 36-34. Smith, lob pass underneath to Ames over Wheaton. It's going to go off of Ames and be Presque ball. Xavier McAtee will check in once again for Wheaton. First guy off the bench in the second half. As you mentioned, McAtee played JV all year. Didn't get any varsity time, but being pulled up at the end of the season.
Hard play, good basketball play, does not go unnoticed.
Hudson, a hesitation dribble over to McAtee. Trying to find Schoberg. It's thrown away. Richard with the interception. Smith had good position on Hudson there. Couldn't get it to him. Martin steps back, lobs it to Smith. Tough catch. Gets it to go with contact. Foul's going to go on Hudson, but Hyatt Smith starting to get going here in the second half and give the Ponies the lead.
Well, you mentioned he had that good position down low. They couldn't get him the ball. He steps out, runs a screen and roll, lob over the top.
Very athletic kid. His brother Hunter was a great athlete as well at Foxcroft.
But again, that goes back to I was talking in the pregame about the strength, the physical strength, the ruggedness of these Foxcroft kids, able to finish with the contact. Patterson takes it away from Spooner.
Tied at 36. Hudson crosses over double team, kick it out Patterson as Ames sort of shading a little bit more now towards Patterson.
Yeah, I think the young fella, he kind of mishandled the pass. Otherwise, I think he was going to be able to catch it in rhythm and a little test to see if he was still hot.
Hudson to Schoberg. Free throw line, Jay gets it to go.
Good recognition by Hudson. Draws the double team. Really intentionally draws it and kind of takes himself away from Schoberg. Able to deliver the pass. Wide open 15-footer.
Ames to the rim with a finger roll. Couldn't finish, but he's earned himself 2 free throws at the line.
Oh, I've been impressed with the way Foxcroft attacks the rim in their offensive set. Run the flex offense, but still, when they see a lane, they are taking advantage of it, whether it be Richard, Ames, Smith. We've seen Martin drive to the basket.
Ames buries the first. He's got 8 points in the game, as Garcia, who had to check out with a bloody nose as he took a sneaker to the face from Chase Sear. Not intentionally, I should say.
Inadvertent. That was kind of that funny play where the
add a little bit of context to that statement.
That was the one where the official lost the whistle. Was by the time everything transpired, it was too late.
Patterson trying to tip in the missed 3 via Caleb Wheaton. It doesn't go, and it's tied at 38. Foxcroft with the ball. 2:10 to go, third quarter. Garcia sets the screen for Martin. Gets it back. Richard flashing across the lane. Now it's Dean in there as well. Garcia pulls up from 10 feet. Misfires. Sear the board.
Well, that was fortunate for the Wildcats as Richard mistimed his jump and Sear was able to bring in the rebound.
Wheaton down low to Trace Sear. Triple team. Leans in. Couldn't finish. Garcia fights with Sear for the board. It comes down to Schoberg. No look pass to Cole Patterson. Misses the 3 ball. Wheaton the tip in.
Well, that's the second time Wheaton's been on that weak side. I wasn't sure if Schoberg was going to be able to deliver the pass or not, but he put a little flair to it with the no look. As Patterson had been out there on the wing, wide open.
Ames forces it up. Doesn't go. Hudson up the center of the floor. Goes to Patterson. Catches. Fires. Can't connect. Rebound fought for. Trey Sear tracks it down. Keeps his pivot foot set. And a little helter-skelter in the past couple minutes. Looks like Terry Cummings will call a full timeout. We'll take it with him. 40-38. Presque leads. A minute 09 to go in the third quarter. We're back in 60 seconds on WHOU.
County Ag and Turf Supply, when you need extensive product knowledge for turf, fertilizer, grass seed, and pest control for farm, commercial, and residential. Randy Netto, owner of County Ag and Turf Supply, has over 30 years' experience. Please stop in for all of your agricultural and turf building needs. In addition to products for growers, landscapers, and homeowners, County Ag and Turf Supply has all of your lubricant needs covered too, in smaller quantities or in bulk. Randy never stops working, even off the clock, continuously taking care of his customers. Visit the store at 76 Parsons Street, Presque Isle, or call 764-1400. Want the Irish pub feel? The place for you is the Irish Setter Pub in Presque Isle. Outstanding food featuring wings, nachos, burgers and fries, fish and chips, steak, bangers and mash, and don't forget the Caesar, taco, and chef salads, desserts, and drinks. Enjoy the games on our many screens. You're invited to the Irish Setter Pub, 710 Main Street, Presque Isle.
Back on WHOU, 42-38. Presque Isle leading Foxcroft Academy. 1 minute, 9 seconds to play in the third quarter. Bridges, Schoberg, Hudson, Sear, and Patterson out there for the Wildcats. Sear has it. Nothing there. And Foxcroft coming the other way. Smith bounces it to Ames. Lets Schoberg do the flyby. Misses the lay-in, though. Right to Smith. He's shut off along the baseline. Now Richard for the triple, rattles it in.
Well, they didn't get 2, but I'm pretty sure they'll take 3. Jeremy Richard knocks it down.
(41-40). Foxcroft now with the lead. 30 seconds to go, third quarter. Presque Isle playing their stall ball offense. They spread the floor, looking for the final shot.
I'll tell you, they're really letting them get after it out front here. You watch Ames on Hudson.
And we're going to get a foul call here. I think it's going to go on Foxcroft Academy. It will go on, I believe, Lucas Ames. Wheaton to Hudson. Fading away with the jumper was too strong. Now Smith from midcourt, count if it goes, came up short with 0.8 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, he had maybe a couple extra dribbles in him, but decided to let it go. Wildcats will have a last-second heave.
Won't go, and that'll do it for the third quarter of play. Foxcroft Academy with the lead, 41-40. We're back in the final for the final frame in 60 seconds on WHOU.
People continue to ask what type of vehicles we can insure at FA Peabody. The answer's simple. If it rolls, we insure it. From dump trucks to delimmers, trikes to motorbikes, and skidders to side-by-sides. At FA Peabody Insurance, our trusted choice agents have the freedom to select the best plan at the best price to fit your insurance needs. So from bush hogs to bulldozers and taxis to tractors, if it rolls, we insure it because things happen.
For the most awarded SUV ever, get to Percy's Auto Sales and check out our new inventory. The Jeep Grand Cherokee has received more awards over its lifetime than any other SUV. Every Grand Cherokee from Laredo to Summit to Trailhawk features premium exterior styling without sacrificing safety or off-road ability. Find out how top-end luxury and extreme capability can be combined in an unforgettable way. Explore its refined design and performance features at Percy's Auto Sales, Aroostook County's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealer.
Don't miss the Start Something New sales event.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
Well, that third quarter, Stevie, Cole Patterson shut out as the Ponies much better defensively on him. Hudson, big rebound inside and a putback. That's what it's going to come down to, Stevie. Who gets after it a little bit more than the other team? It's been back and forth all game. Those extra chances.
(42-41). Presque leading. Foxcroft the ball. Smith to Martin. Guarded by Sear. Martin trying to isolate. Couple fancy dribbling maneuvers. Lost the handle. Able to pick it back up. Schoberg poked it loose. Now it's still loose. Hudson diving on the hardwood. Now it comes to Ames. Kicks it out. Spooner from the corner. Misfires on the three. Ball still loose. Scooped up by Ames. He'll pull up from the foul line. That's no good. And finally, Caleb Wheaton will clear it for the Wildcats.
Well, multiple opportunities there for the Ponies. Good looks both times. Could not get the ball to fall.
Wheaton dishes it underneath the Sear for two.
That's the aspect of his game that has developed this season. We talk about the ability to drive to the basket. Draws the defender. Puts it on a platter for Sear.
As the defense chant rings out from the Presque student section across from us.
Well, they get a little momentum going. Got the fans behind them. See if they can get a stop here. Maybe put some more points on the board at the other end.
Martin can't tie it at 44. Smith, the offensive board, leans in for the floater. That was too strong also. And finally, it'll be Cole Patterson to grab it for Presque. Hudson crossing over. Kicks it out Wheaton, trying to find Sear on the pick and roll. Misses the floater. Tips it out to Wheaton. He'll lean in. Couldn't finish. And he's going to be called for the offensive foul as he put his head down and Richard stepped in to take the charge.
Good job there by Richard, sacrificing the body. Pony's going to want to get a timeout here, Stevie.
It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take it with head coach Erickson. 44-41. Presque leads. We're back to Presque High School in 60 seconds on WHOU.
I remember I used to think tellers, they just take cash and deposit checks, but it is such a deeper world. I love learning just the complexities of each department and what does what. Catan Trust is basically the perfect fit for that.
Your insurance agent should be as concerned about your financial assets as you are about your most important assets, your family. F.A. Peabody Insurance. Because
things happen.
At F.A. Peabody Insurance, we know things happen. So whether it's a snowblower or a snow thrower, from sledders to sliders and groomers to graders, no matter how you roll, if it rolls, we insure it because
things happen.
Steve Carmichael, Bobby Russell, back at Presque High School. 3-point advantage for the Wildcats. Ponies with the ball. Richard hits a screen from Smith. Kicks it out, Spooner. Throws a head fake. Gets to the elbow. Now Richard double teamed. Hesitates. Gets to the rim with the left hand. A smooth finish from Jeremy Richard.
Well, you mentioned the hesitation. Just enough. Get the defense on his heels. And a lane to the basket down the left side.
Hudson trying to answer with a left hand. He converts.
Jonah Hudson goes to the basket as well with his left as he does his right. Matter of fact, I think he goes more to his left than his right. Able to finish that time.
46-43. Ames kicks it out. Martin. Extra pass. Spooner ties it at 46.
I love the extra pass. Spooner wide open. That's the third one he's knocked down from long range this game. Pony's not going anywhere.
Hard-fought game, back and forth. A lot of lead changes. Sear out to Patterson. Can't make it there. And a rebound to Richard. Patterson's been held scoreless in the second half.
Well, he has, and that was a good look. Got it into Sear, drew the double team. Patterson was wide open.
Schoberg gets a piece of Richard's shot. Ends up in the hands of the Wildcats. Hudson, tough shot, high off the window. Gets it to go. Hudson starting to put things together. He's already got 6 in the quarter, 14 in the game.
How about the poise of the senior? Stevie drives the left side last time. This time goes to the right, uses the window. High off the window. That soft touch.
Smith, the post entry pass, a bit offline, and it's going to be a turnover to Presque. Presque looking to get back to the tournament. They lost in the semifinals last year as the 3 seed. Lost to MDI, of course, led by Griffin Jarrett. Plays an umpy now. Jonah Hudson get his own rebound, but on the outlet pass, threw it away. And now it's Martin in transition. Threw it at the knee of Spooner, able to haul it in. Now Smith can't finish at the basket.
I'll tell you, that was a good look. Had his momentum headed down the lane when he caught the ball. Just couldn't finish the left hand.
Patterson from way downtown misfires. Now Wheaton will let it fly. That one doesn't go either. Richard with a good box out on Schoberg. Ball is loose. It's going to go off of Smith and be Wildcat basketball.
Well, I'll tell you.
Couldn't see it to our left.
No, we couldn't. But I'll tell you what, Jacob Schoberg, lucky he didn't get called for the push from behind on that play. Able to keep the ball alive, and the Wildcats going to maintain possession.
As looks like a full timeout called by Presque. We'll keep it right here. To remind you, Coastal Auto Parts, our scoreboard sponsor this year. They're your local Napa Auto Parts dealer. Owned and operated by a Maine family that cares, with stores in Caribou, Presque, Holton, East Millinocket, Bangor, Hamden, and Ellsworth. 48-46. Presque leading Foxcroft Academy. 3:19 to go in the fourth quarter. Bobby, with an 8-9 matchup. Always can go either way. No difference here. Only a 2-point game as we get down to the wire.
Well, we've been treated to a good one here this afternoon and into the early evening hours. Both teams battling. They want that trip to the Cross Insurance Center. The seniors, both ball clubs, know it's their last opportunity. The loser goes home. We talked about no tomorrow. They don't want that to happen. They want to play it, what'd you say, 3:05, 3:35?
3:05. 3:05 on Saturday afternoon. It'll be the middle game of that afternoon session at the Cross Insurance Center. As Presque breaks the huddle first. They got Patterson, Wheaton, Hudson, Sear, and Schoberg out there. Foxcroft counters with Smith, Spooner, Ames, Richard, and Martin.
Execution, Stevie. Which team executes better in a final 3:19?
They inbound it to Wheaton. Get it over to Patterson. Now Schoberg along the baseline. Kicks it out Wheaton. Zips a pass over to Patterson. And he gets nothing but nylon.
Well, you mentioned he'd been ice cold in this half. But you know what? The shooter's mentality. Keep putting him up there, young fella. That one was all nylon.
He's got 19 points. 51-46. Smith attacks the rim. Great defense from Hudson. Altered the shot, and then he got the rebound.
Well, that was even better to get that rebound as Smith was coming back after it.
Wheaton, that's going to be a travel as he stepped into that three. Changed pivot feet. It's headed the other way.
I'll tell you, you're spot on. Spot on with that call. No moment too big for Stevie Carmichael.
Richard will inbound. Except on the golf course. I struggle there.
You're the long drive champion of Aroostook County.
That's true. 2:25 to go, fourth quarter.
We won't talk about his putting, though.
It's got better this year. Richard hesitates. Kicks it out Martin. Now Ames. Jab step. Got Wheaton on skates. We approach 2 minutes left. 51-46. Presque leading. Smith has a lane to the basket. Strong finish.
Sure was. What a take down the baseline. Got the step. Ames almost picks up the steal.
Still a one-possession ball game. At what point for Foxcroft do you start trying to get yourself closer to the penalty? They only got 3 team fouls here.
You're right. And there's one, makes it 4, so now they're only 2. Well, it's 3 more away.
Right.
2 more to give when you can still try to steal the basketball. They don't have to necessarily foul. Just continue that aggressive defense going after the basketball. If you get called for a foul, well, you got something to give.
Looks like a 30-second timeout called by head coach Erickson. We'll keep it right here. 51-48. Presque with the lead. Reminder, tournament, well, technically has already began with the preliminary matchups, but at the actual Cross Insurance Center, it begins tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Number 3 Ellsworth or number 3 MDI and number 6 Ellsworth will kick things off at 5 o'clock. That'll be a 6:30 game with Caribou and Washington Academy. And then it'll be Waterville and John Baptist girls to complete things on the first night. And then Saturday you got 7 games. Monday it's all Class D. Tuesday in all Class C. Wednesday the quarterfinals end, and all the way to the semis Wednesday afternoon.
Looking across the way, we got Coach Hudson, son on the floor. What do you suppose he feels more comfortable with? Watching his son or being in control on the sideline?
There's nothing like watching a kid play basketball. That's uncomfortable. I will get to that point at sometime in about 15 years. But I did ask him that once. He said there's nothing quite like being a dad, watching a kid play. As it goes over to Wheaton.
And you're going to want to keep the ball in the hands of your better free throw shooters. That's why Hudson, you see Wheaton back and forth.
A minute 15 to go, fourth quarter. Patterson in the corner has it poked free by Spooner.
They've got him buried. I don't know. He gets out of there.
Finds Sear. Kicks it out to Hudson. Now it's Wheaton. Guarded by Martin.
You still have to be strong with the basketball. As you know, Foxcroft, rugged kids, going to come after it. That time, they get the foul call on the hold. It's going to be Martin. Just his first foul.
They're going to be the 5th team. Trying to throw it into Schoberg. Great hustle by Logan Martin.
Well, great job by all 5 ponies denying the entry pass. Almost. You could sense the 5-second violation was closing in.
Getting into Hudson, into the backcourt. Breaks the midcourt line, and on the reach in, it'll be the 6th team foul. So the next one, Presque will be shooting free throws. Exactly 1 minute to go.
That was a case right there where they had him bottled up in the corner. You might not want to reach in right then.
Ames falls to the floor, as does Hudson. Foxcroft wanting a foul. Patterson with it. And now we get a foul call here. It'll be a push. And it looks like Cole Patterson will be the player headed to the line. As things getting a
little chippy in the fouling stages of the ball game. Hasn't been up to this point, but Ponies going to want to get a timeout.
We'll take a 30-second timeout with Foxcroft. 3-point game, 54 seconds to go. We're back for the finish in 30 seconds on WHOU.
Area farmers are needing your support for the harvest break. They are asking for members of the greater SAD1 community to attend a public hearing to discuss the future of harvest recess. SAD1 is holding the meetings on Thursday, January 10th and Monday the 14th at 5:30 p.m. in the Presque High School cafeteria. The harvest recess is important to our farmers, the agricultural community, and the community as a whole. Please come out to support your farming community or go to sad1.org to contact the school board to have your voice heard.
Back on WHOU at Presque High School. 54 seconds remaining. 51-48, Presque leading Foxcroft Academy for the right to go to Bangor to play the Herman Hawks on Saturday afternoon. So now it comes down to, well, free throw shooting for Presque.
Well, it comes down to that, but it also comes down to taking care of the basketball when you want time to tick off the clock when they have it on their offensive end. You can see how aggressive the Ponies are and how rugged. When they go after it, you better be hanging on to it or they're going to strip it from you. That time Patterson picks up the foul. It's going to be the fourth on Smith. And you're right. Knock down the free throws.
Patterson misses the first. Trey Sear knocks away from Smith down on the ground, a tie-up. And the alternating possession sends it over to Foxcroft. So they'll get possession. Sear doing a nice job trying to keep it free, but at the end of the day, it's going to be Foxcroft basketball with 49.9 on the clock.
Well, it's a good thing the arrow was working.
Richard up the center of the floor, crosses over, attacks Schoberg. Double clutches, gets fouled.
Well, that's the one thing. If you are going to foul, you don't want him to have the N1 opportunity in this position. Richard unable to connect, but he's going to go to the line. No time ticking off the clock to draw within one.
So it'll be Jeremy Richard at the line. Misfires on the first.
On this rebound, you got to be strong with it if you're Presque, because you know Foxcroft's going to come in there after the basketball.
Richard rattles in that one.
So they get it in quickly to Hudson.
Hudson, there's no room along the sideline, fires it to Schoberg, passes a little bit low, and it looks like we're going to get a timeout here as, well, Presque was about 3 seconds away from getting a 10-second violation, and it's a 30-second timeout. 34 seconds remaining. 2-point game. Wildcats out in front. Steve Carmichael with Bobby Russell. I will say before we go on the air, it's been a good year on HOU with you, my friend.
Absolutely.
Do it again next year, but we'll go to tournament on our different network, and then we'll hopefully our guy Cleve, who's been a big help for us on the camera this year.
He has.
Hopefully we can get him down there this year as well.
No, you're right. It has been a great year. Hard to believe it's over. 40-plus games in on the regular season. A couple prelim games.
HOU doing over 230 games this year for you.
And what a way to wind it up.
Absolutely.
This thriller here. Now, the Wildcats have got to get the ball in. They've had a hard time getting it in. It looks like they're going to back off the Ponies a little bit, but they're going to throw a 1-2-2, three-quarter court trap up.
Hudson, jump pass, finds Schoberg, dishes underneath to Patterson. He'll bring it back out. And he'll be double-teamed along the sideline. And it looks like we got another timeout call by Presque. It's a 60-second timeout. So 22 seconds remaining, 51-49. As I would like to know how many timeouts both coaches have left, because we have had a plethora of timeouts called.
I believe.
You're the official. You need to keep track
of
this.
Well, no, I saw the official come over and tell his partners they had 2. So now they're down to 1, and this team here has 1. Both with 1, I believe.
Both still with 1 timeout.
I believe. Now, my mind is sketchy at best at times, so we'll see. Maybe they got none.
I'm not even going to go there. I will not confirm nor deny.
Oh, no, you can confirm it. I just told you. But, again, Wildcats have to get the basketball in play. They're on the sideline. Not an easy place to get it in.
The Presque basketball sideline out of bounds. Out there with Sear, Wheaton, Hudson, Patterson. Schoberg will inbound. Martin, Ames, Spooner, Richard, and Smith for the Ponies. They won't guard the inbound. They get it into Hudson along the sideline. Smith reaches in. That's going to be number 5 on Hyatt Smith.
Well, and at this point, you have no choice. If you have 4 fouls or not, you got to get the clock stopped, and Smith does. Comes up a little lame, but going to walk it off.
He'll foul out with 10 points as Jed Dean will get set to check in. So Hudson at the line for a 1-and-1.
Now, Dean, somebody you got to keep an eye on. He drained a three-pointer earlier in the game.
Hudson misses the free throw. Jake Schoberg climbing the ladder for the board, but it's ripped away by Logan Martin. 15 seconds to go. Spooner finds Richard. Crossing over on Schoberg. Trying to find an opening. Now 8 seconds. Richard kicks it out to Spooner. Throws a head fake. Out to Richard. 4 seconds. Richard, the runner, off the back iron, no good. He's going to be called for the offensive foul. We're headed the other way with the Wildcats leading by 2 with 2.4 remaining.
Well, even with that foul, the Wildcats had secured the rebound. Might be a break for the Ponies as it got the clock stopped. Otherwise, it was going to continue to run.
60-second timeout called by Terry Cummings. Still time left on the clock. Presque has to get the basketball in play, and we've seen Foxcroft with the athletes and the quickness that they have. They do a nice job denying the basketball as the Presque student section waves goodbye to Foxcroft, but
we've seen
some crazy things happen.
You got that right. What Coach Cummings is probably trying to do is draw up a play where you set a screen for Hudson initially, but if you can't get the ball into his hands, certainly you want to get it into Wheaton or Patterson, some of their better free throw shooters. Schoberg's the one triggering it inbounds, or he has been. I would assume he's still going to do that.
So Foxcroft breaks the huddle.
And you don't want to get beat over the top here if you're Foxcroft. If you're going to apply the pressure up front, you want to make sure you do not get beat long over the top and let them run the clock out on you.
Schoberg will inbound. Hudson will set up across the three-point line. Trying to find an opening. They get it into Wheaton. Foxcroft reaches in, commits the foul with 0.7 remaining. If Wheaton can knock down 2 free throws here as it's double bonus time, that'll ice the game for Presque.
Well, it will. And the other side of that is Foxcroft was looking for the jump ball. If they got the jump ball, it was Presque's possession.
So they didn't want the jump ball.
Right. So they got to hope that Foxcroft's hoping that he only comes up with 1 and gives him a last-second heave, but still with 7.7 to go, it's going to take one of those miracle-type shots.
He misses the first.
If this one goes in, it gives Foxcroft a better chance because they can inbound the ball up to half court, or at least get it up the floor somewhat.
Wheaton, second free throw in the air, gets that one to go. Foxcroft inbounds to Martin. He'll let it fly at the buzzer. It's going to come up short, and the Wildcats are headed to Bangor. They'll take on Herman at 3:05 Saturday afternoon with a 52-49 victory over Foxcroft Academy. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll come back with our Pat's Pizza post-game guest after this on WHOU.
When it's time to enjoy all that vacation land has to offer, Hayden Perry Agency is your source for affordable motorcycle, ATV, motorhome, RV, boat, watercraft insurance. Hayden Perry Agency offers a comprehensive selection of homeowners, auto renters, and condominium insurance coverage for any size budget. 40 North Street, Presque Isle.
You can keep a copy of this game forever. WHOU has DVD copies of almost all the games we broadcast, and they can be ordered online at WHOUFM.com.
Let the experts at Daigle Oil Company help keep your family warm and comfortable all year long. Customers can count on Doc's reliable deliveries of heating oil and propane no matter what the weather brings. Should your furnace stop working in the middle of the night, Don't worry, Doc's service technicians can respond to your emergency 24/7. Rely on Doc for your family's comfort. Become a customer today.
Daigle Oil Company, employee-owned, community-driven.
Steelstone Industries in Holton has you covered year-round, from snow plowing and salting services to gravel and paving. You get top quality for every commercial or residential job. Call Steelstone at 532-2422. And do you remember the good old days when you could pull into your local corner garage and have a cup of coffee and get good, honest work done on your car? Stop by for that experience at Holton Tire. Holton Tire offers a variety of commercial and heavy-duty tires. Fisher & Boss authorized plow dealer, and they're an authorized U-Haul dealer. Call 532-6571.
The S.W. Collins Company is the only Makita Pro Center in Maine, which means we have access to all the latest tools that Makita has to offer. Our factory-trained employees are ready to make sure that you have the right tool for any project. With over 180 tools, Makita has the largest cordless offering with a single battery platform in the industry. And don't forget, we are also a Makita authorized service dealer. For sales, service, and the largest selection of quality Makita tools, go where the builders go, the S.W. Collins Company.
Back at Presque High School on WHOU, the Wildcats pick up the victory 52-49 over Foxcroft Academy, and they move on to the Cross Insurance Center. Right now, Bobby is standing by with our Pat's Pizza postgame guest. He's got Cole Patterson. So, Bobby, when you're ready, go ahead, take it away.
Okay, here with Cole Patterson, the victorious Presque Wildcats, as our Pat's Pizza postgame guest. First off, congratulations here today.
Thank you.
Now, let's just talk about the emotions, knowing with the 52-49 win where you're going on Saturday.
Yeah. We knew this was going to be a battle out here. You know, it's a prelim game. Everybody wants to go to Bangor, but we got a bunch of seniors, and we weren't stopping here. We weren't losing at our home court.
Well, you certainly defend the home court well and did here again today. But it was a battle. Down there, it was 20, 22 points, something like that. You came with a victory. But you guys were down a man, they were back up a man, and certainly a different story.
Yeah, all kudos to them for putting up a fight. You know, it's boring when it's not a battle, you know?
I'm sure your coaches and fans would like it to be a little less of a battle.
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
Now, let's talk about your first half performance. Caught on fire, 16 first half points. We're really feeling it, not only from behind the arc, but took a couple from mid-range as well. What got you going?
I just wanted to go to Bangor. I wanted to do whatever I could to help the team to get to Bangor, and they wanted me to shoot, so I gladly shot.
Well, you certainly did. And then second half, got a little cold, but one of the bigger shots of the game was they kicked it back out to you after you'd missed a couple and then drained it.
Yeah, my teammates are the best teammates in the world. You know, I can't do this alone. I mean, these teammates this is my favorite team ever. I love these guys so much.
Well, I'll tell you what, you go enjoy this victory with them, and congratulations. We'll see you Saturday.
Thank you.
All right, back to you, Stevie.
That was our Pat's Pizza postgame guest, Cole Patterson, leading scorer for the Wildcats. And final numbers for you for Foxcroft Academy. They were led by Jeremy Richard, who had 14 points, Hyatt Smith with 10, Matt Spooner and Lucas Ames both with 9, Logan Martin with 4, and Jed Dean with 3. For Presque, they were led by Cole Patterson with 19, Jonah Hudson with 14, 8 from Trey Sear, Caleb Wheaton with 5, Jake Schoberg with 4, and Sam Bollier with 2. So Cole Patterson, yeah, he wanted to go to Bangor, and, well, they're headed there.
They certainly are. And, you know, there's no question, being senior and wanting to get there one more time, you don't want your career to end in a prelim loss on your home floor, and certainly stepped up big time in that first half and knocked down that big three-pointer late in the fourth quarter.
So both Presque teams will move on to the quarterfinals. The girls will play Herman at 9:05 Saturday morning. The boys will also play Herman at 3:05 on Saturday afternoon. But that's going to do it for us, not only for this game, but for this season here on WHOU. It's been a great season. We'd like to thank all our viewers, all our sponsors for tuning in all year long. Also give a big shout out to Fred Grant, the guy, the boss man who makes everything happen for us, and who was a pioneer in seeing the future of streaming and what it's become now. What started out as one stream has now become 6, and bringing you over 230 games this year is not only when I was doing game at night. If I wasn't, I could sit at home and be able to watch, Tim Tweedy or Ryan Lincoln or Brian Stackpole, Mark Callan, and so many of other broadcasters and other games from around the state of Maine. It's really been a privilege to work with such a great team on HOU, and Really, it's just been it's been fun. Can't wait to do it again next year, Bobby.
I know you're going to make me cry if you keep talking like that. But
fun.
It has been a great year. I echo all those sentiments, and tournament time is, well, you mentioned, less than 24 hours away.
It's a real team effort on WHOU, but it is tournament time. It begins tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. For everybody involved in tonight's broadcast, Robert Gilmore, our producer, John Humphrey, the camera operator, my broadcast partner, Bobby Russell, I'm Steve Carmichael, signing off for the final time from WHOU this year. Have a good night, everybody.